Sorry about that. So a lot of my information did come from the Sun News and a British article, but I couldn't find which British article it was for. So that was kind of weird. I'm just going to give you a little background. First and foremost, I want to say that I am totally appalled by the actions of this monster. I also want to stress to all of you that monsters come in all forms. As a nurse, when you graduate from your college, you raise your arm and you take an oath. You swear that you will do no harm. And for this gal, that wasn't the case. So let's see. I am also ashamed that she is a fellow nurse and she could do such despicable things. Y'all need to be aware and watchful. Like anywhere you go anymore, it doesn't matter if you're even getting gas, pay attention to your surroundings. When you go to the grocery store, it's sad to say this, but pay attention to your surroundings. And evidently now when you go to the hospital, watch people like a hawk. It's sad to say, but we can't seem to trust anyone anymore. It saddens me to my core. The things this despicable woman did will affect and alter these families for generations to come. The harm she has done is unforgivable, and I pray to my Lord that these families get justice. But the pain will live on for a lifetime for these families. It's so sad. So this gal that I showed you a picture of, her name is Lucy Letby. She was born in 1990 in Hereford, England, to English parents John and Susan Letby. She was the only child. In 2011, she completed her education in the medical field from the University of Chester. During her 3 years of training, she served at the children's unit as a student nurse. In 2011, she was qualified as a child's nurse at the University of Chester. Let's see. She was a British nurse by profession, and she was employed at Countess of Chester Hospital, Neonatal Unit in Northwest England. The Neonatal Unit. Oh my gosh. Like I said, if you have triggers, please turn off the camera. It's really sad. She wanted to be a nurse since she was a child. She maintained a low profile in her personal life. She didn't speak much about her personal life to people. She did not have any active social media accounts. She found herself in the public eye following her involvement in the murdering of 8 babies and the attempted murder of 10 more from the year 2015 to 2016. And I'll kind of go through some of this with you. It's just, heartbreaking. So Lucy, she's accused of murdering those baby and the attempt of murdering. And she said, "I'm evil. I did this." The court heard this as well. She is allegedly wrote on a green Post-it note, "I don't deserve to live. I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough." So she must have had issues with self-esteem. That's quite evident. There's not much on her background. She was very private, and there wasn't much that I could find on her parents either. But I'm sure it's going to all come out. She also wrote, I am a horrible, evil person. I am evil. I did this. She took a photograph of two of the babies' bodies after she killed them, the court heard. The nurse snapped the brothers together in a cot that she spent time with their parents following their death. And this, I said, is all alleged. She's in court for this. She hasn't been charged with being guilty yet. She's, facing the court system. She's accused of killing 8 babies, injuring 10 others over a year at the Countess of Chester Hospital. She's said to have murdered child P, one of triplets. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine triplets? Now, these are babies in the neonatal ICU. So these babies are struggling for their life as it is. And then this monster steps into their lives. So she is said to have murdered child P, one of the triplets, on June the 24th of 2016. The day after, she is said to have murdered his brother. So 2 of the 3 triplets she murdered. Oh my gosh. Child P suffered acute discoloration, and they were getting ready to move him to another hospital, a specialty hospital. Just before the planned transfer, a doctor was said to be optimistic. He didn't think anything would happen to this little guy, but he just wanted to be more cautious and send him to a specialty place. All of a sudden, Lucy Letby said to him something like, "He's not leaving here alive, is he?" And this is what the prosecutor said in court. And that was a weird thing for her to say. And that's what the doctor said too. He thought that was weird. Shortly after that, child P collapsed and died. Didn't even make it out of the hospital. The remark surprised the doctor, but her prediction did come true. She knew what she did. She knew she did something. It certainly was. She intended, because it was something she had done to so many other children. A coroner record showed the death as prematurity, but dependent experts who were tasked with reviewing child P's case said the most likely cause was air injected into her stomach, which compromised her breathing. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. And then this woman, this nurse, if that's what you want to call her, she, oh my God, attempted, let's see, what was it that really made me mad? Okay, so after child P's death, she went and spent time with the parents. At one point, she took a picture of child P and his brother. I just can't believe it. It's like they were saying in another article that I read that those are like trophies for her. I just can't imagine. She allegedly attempted to murder child Q by injecting him with excessive air and clear fluid the day after she killed child P. Oh my gosh. The baby was transferred to another hospital and made a rapid recovery. Red flag right there. Mr. Johnson, who is the prosecutor, said that he suspected the deaths and the life-threatening collapse of the 17 children were not medically explicable, oh my gosh, explicitable, and were the result of the actions of Lucy. So, you know, the prosecutor, he believes that, you know, these babies were murdered and attempted murder because of something she did. And it'll say exactly what she did. They're calling her a poisoner as well because she was accused of injecting 2 of the babies with insulin during her year-long serial killing spree. Okay, Letby also allegedly murdered or harmed others by injecting milk into their bloodstream. Unbelievable. The collapse and deaths of 17 children were on the case of they were not naturally occurring tragedies. Not. The jury heard yesterday how a doctor caught Letby attempting to kill one baby named Child K. Dr. Ravi, a pediatric consultant who has appeared on a few shows talking about this situation, he helped deliver one of the babies on February the 17th of 2016, and that baby only weighed 692 grams. It arrived early, evidently. While arrangements were being made for Child K to be transferred to that specialty hospital, the medic was aware Letby was alone with this child. The prosecutor said feeling uncomfortable with this because he started to notice, this doctor started to notice coincidences between the unexplained deaths and this nurse. So he felt very, very uncomfortable. As he walked back into the room, he saw Letby standing over Child K's incubator. She did not have her hands inside the incubator. He could see from the monitor on the wall that the child was desatting, so his oxygen levels were going down. And dangerously low. So he thought, why isn't the alarm going off? You know, because they're hooked up, and if it gets low or too high, your vital signs, then bells will go off. And he was wondering why the alarm wasn't sounding if this baby was, his oxygen levels were so low. So okay, so the doctor said he felt that at that time she was attempting to murder this child as well when he walked in on her. The court was also told about other babies Letby allegedly attempted to murder while at the hospital. This includes a premature baby girl. She attempted to kill this baby girl 4 times. 4 times she tried to kill this baby. Oh my gosh. After her death, the baby's mom told how Letby was smiling and kept going on and on about how she gave this baby her first bath and how the baby loved her first bath as she was smiling to the mother who just lost that baby girl. Oh my gosh. The court was also informed that this monster, not a nurse, a monster, sent a sympathy card to this family of this little girl. Oh, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. Oh, I would be in jail. Oh, geez. So the prosecutor told the jurors that Letby succeeded on the 4th attempt to murder the baby girl. And it was cold-blooded murder, if you ask me. On the 12th to the 13th, the baby was doing well on the designated nurse. So the designated nurse left her temporarily and asked Letby on duty to keep an eye on her. When she returned, Letby was allegedly standing in the doorway of a darkened room where she told the nurse, "Doesn't she look pale?" The nurse discovered the child appeared to be at the point of death and was not breathing. Doesn't the child look pale? OMG. Oh my gosh. This baby girl was found to have gas swelling in her bowel. And it was 2 weeks prior to her death when this monster attempted to kill her before. Oh, geez, I just feel so bad for these families. So the court was also told the twice targeted baby girl, child H, when she was 5 and 6 days old. Jurors heard that the TOTS case is complicated by the treatment child H received at the start of her life. Mr. Johnson, the prosecutor, said, where still 2 occasions with Lucy Letby tried to kill child H on September the 26th and the following night. As the child was being given treatment in the ICU ward, Letby would have had the cover of legitimacy for accessing her intravenous lines just before she collapsed. Oh my goodness. Soon after, the court was informed that she suffered a collapse and needed a full resuscitation. The reason, of course, was unclear. Mr. Johnson said as soon as children were removed from the Countess of Chester Hospital out of the sphere of Lucy Letby, they often and suddenly, remarkably recovered. I just think this is an insanely sad case. And if you guys want me to cover some more of it, I definitely will. There's a lot more information on it, and I would be glad to put a more extensive video out. But I just thought you would think that this case was sad, and here we go again. Innocent babies being killed, families being affected. What about those triplets and 2 of them are dead? That one that's left over is going to be lost for the rest of his life. You know, triplets and twins, they have bonds. It just breaks my heart. I don't know if I could live through that, knowing that I had a baby that could survive and was fighting. Those babies in that ICU were fighting for their life to begin with. And this monster took them. And more than one time, if she didn't succeed, I'll try it again. If she didn't succeed, oh, let me try it again. 4 times for that one little girl. She tried to kill her 4 times. That little girl fought for her life. There's got to be rules. There's got to be stiffer punishments for these people that hurt these children. I'm sorry, I get so upset about this. You know, every time you think there's this story tops it all. No, it don't. No, it don't. It don't. But anyhow, thanks for listening. And if you would like me to do some more research on this, I already have some more research on it, but I didn't know if you guys would be interested in this story or not. And thanks for all the all the comments. I really, really appreciate you guys commenting on my channel. It gives me inspiration, and even the criticisms. If you don't like my belief, that's okay too, because your input is important. You know, how you feel is important too. And you know, it's like I might not agree with you, but you might say something and I might agree with part of it, or I never looked at it that way. You know, so if you're nice about, you know, commenting, and there have been people, there's a lady that wrote me a really long response to one of my videos from Truckee. And I really want to share that with you guys. And she did it so professional, and she was kind about her words. I didn't feel like she was an evil person explaining to me what her thoughts were. So if you want to hear that as well, I'll definitely put that in my next Kiely one, because I have a list of questions that I'm going to send off to law enforcement. And I'm going to, you know, say, hey, just answer these questions. Just answer these questions and everything will be good. Just answer these questions I have. All right? Just, if you answer these questions, I'll spread it to everybody I know. But they won't. But we'll see. I'll tell you about the questions also. So have a great day. It's actually night here for me, but that's okay. I'm going to go get ready for bed. And God bless ya. And hopefully we'll get justice for these innocent young people and babies. We just pray to our Lord that he watches over them. And if he has to call them home, we have to understand that he's protecting them. So God bless.